The 2025 Audi E-Tron GT sedan. We have some new updates to talk about, but stay tuned until the end of this video where I'll be sharing with you how you can save upwards of $37,000 off the MSRP of a 2024 E-Tron GT. All right, let's get started with the highlights first. For the all-new model, we have two models here. We have a all-new entry-level S E-Tron GT, and we have a top-spec RS E-Tron GT Performance for 2025. And the GT Performance, it can accelerate from 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds, and it produces 912 horsepower. This is the most powerful and quickest accelerating Audi ever. But in general, these new E-Tron GTs, they got more power, more performance, they get chassis upgrades, they have better range, they can charge faster. These are some of the main highlights. Now let's go ahead and let's go into the details regarding these 2025 sedans. So regarding the exterior, the overall shape pretty much remains the same, but we do have some subtle updates like new front and rear fascias, we have some new wheel designs, and we have 4 new exterior colors. With the interior space, we have a new steering wheel which integrates satellite control buttons, and it also includes your new push-to-pass boost mode for the performance E-Trons. We also have an all-new available glass roof with the transparency control similar to the, My Box, right? So that's a cool touch. But the best part is definitely the performance of these new sedans. The entry-level base S E-Tron GT produces 670 horsepower now. Compare that with the 2024 E-Tron GT, that produced 523 horsepower, and even the 2024 RS E-Tron GT, that produced 637 horsepower. So the new entry-level model for 2025 outdoes both of the previous model year vehicles. And the S E-Tron GT, it can accelerate from 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. This is 0.6 seconds quicker than the 2024 E-Tron GT entry-level model. All right, and we already talked about the all-new RS GT Performance with 912 horses, 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds. Well, there's some additional details here for you to note. The rear axle electric motor now weighs 22 pounds less in the GT Performance model. We also get increased copper density in the electric motors to maximize current conduction. And also with the all-new GT Performance, the front motor is modified with the power electronics, and it also gets a revised pulse inverter. In general though, these 2025 E-Tron GTs, they can recuperate more energy under braking, and the E-Tron GT battery pack now gets a larger 105 kilowatt hour battery pack. That's an increase of 12% compared to the previous 93.4 kilowatt hour battery pack. But despite the larger battery, the battery actually weighs 25 pounds less compared to before. Again, very impressive, but one of the best parts, it's going to be the faster charging that's available with these 2025 models. These new vehicles, they can now charge at up to 320 kilowatts when utilizing a DC fast charger. This is an increase from the previous 270 kilowatt DC fast charging capability. All right, so these new vehicles, they can charge from 10 to 80% in 18 minutes. That is genuinely a very quick charge time, one of the best. The previous GT models, they were able to charge from 10 to 80% in 21.5 minutes. And they've only unveiled to us the S E-Tron GT range. They have not unveiled the RS Performance GT range. So the S model with the 20-inch wheels, it'll do about 300 miles of range according to Audi. The previous entry-level GT could only pull off 249 miles of range while producing significantly less horsepower. So those are the main things. I mean, faster charging, better range, a lot more power, but we still have more details to cover. Regarding the all-new RS GT Performance model, the thermal management system switches on the adaptive cooling circuit to ensure that the battery pack is sufficiently cooled. The adaptive cooling circuit conditions the interior while simultaneously and actively lowering the temperature in the coolant circuits of the battery pack and the two electric motors. Also, the battery pack's new cell chemistry, it is partly responsible for the increased power output of the new RS GT Performance. We have an adjusted ratio of nickel, cobalt, and manganese, and all of this enables a higher energy capacity. Now, moving on to the chassis and the handling performance. So the ride and handling performance of the E-Tron GT, it's been improved thanks to the new air suspension, which replaces the previous 3-chamber / 1-valve system with a new 2-chamber / 2-valve system. So this is to give you excellent driving dynamics without compromising comfort. Available is a new active suspension which can actively manage the body movements, helping keep the chassis level during acceleration and braking, while also reducing the pitch and the roll movements from uneven pavement. And another benefit of this new active available suspension is it allows the E-Tron GT to actively lean into the corners, improving the steering precision and increasing control during dynamic driving. And when combined with all-wheel steering, we have a new, more direct steering ratio of 14.3 to 1. Of course, you have the various drive modes that you can play with and the individual modes to cater this vehicle to your liking. An exclusive feature for the RS model is the RS Performance mode, which is designed for circuits or quote-unquote serpentine roads. The RS GT Performance model, it comes standard with 20-inch wheels, but there are two optional 21-inch wheels that you can choose from as well. Also, with the GT Performance RS model, we have some new optional forged carbon elements. So if you want to pay up for that, there you go. You can get these forged carbon inlays on the bumper, the rocker panel, parts of the diffuser, and you can also get side mirrors finished in forged carbon as well, which I'm not gonna lie, it does look pretty cool. Now, with the regular S E-Tron GT model, it's available as a 50-unit limited Audi exclusive edition, which will be finished in an exclusive gray metallic paint with 21-inch R-Design wheels. You'll get a leather-free interior, etc. But when you go with the RS GT Performance model, you can actually control the vehicle sound that it produces. You can go from a quiet electric drive to a more progressive sound experience if you want. And by the way, these vehicles still utilize that 2-speed gearbox. For acceleration purposes, these vehicles will try to stay in that first gear for as long as possible. But as always, I'm going to have the detailed full press release from Audi on the screen for you to check out, so you can know absolutely everything that there is to know regarding these vehicles. The S E-Tron GT and the RS E-Performance, they are available now for ordering through Audi dealerships in the United States, and we have the official pricing here as well. The S E-Tron GT, the Premium Plus trim level, it's going to start at $125,500. The Prestige trim, $135,800, and the RS GT Performance, it's available in one trim starting at $167,000, but make sure to add $1,295 for the destination. But as you're about to find out, you don't need to be overly afraid of these MSRPs, because as promised at the beginning of this video, here's how you can save a substantial amount of money with these E-Tron GTs, at least the 2024 model years. You can reach out to a car broker named AutoCompanion, who is located in both Washington, D.C. and in the California region. He is one of the largest car brokers, and his partner dealerships, they are offering about 11% off the MSRP of the 2024 GT and the RS models of the E-Tron. But that is before incentives, and incentives always stack on top of the dealer discount. And to see these incentives, AutoCompanion, he is also offering a free leasing calculator, which I will have linked in the description box below. This will show you the interest rate of a lease, the residual values, and once again, the incentives that you can get in your local zip code. Now, interest rates, lease programs, incentives, discounts, all of these things, they do change every month, but AutoCompanion's calculator will also update every month. This is genuinely one of the most powerful resources that a consumer can use, and you can even use this to negotiate on your own if you want. And of course, like with all EVs, you should pretty much always only lease them, because as you can see, these vehicles, they get drastically improved year after year as we can see, the 2025 is significantly superior to the 2024s, but that's okay because that means dealerships are going to be able to work with you and they're going to discount these remaining 24s like crazy. On a 2-year lease with no money down, assuming you have perfect credit, surprisingly, the RS model leases out for less money per month compared to the regular G, which is great because you're getting a sedan with over 600 horsepower and the payment is going to be about $1,100 a month, which for a vehicle that stickers for almost $160,000, that's genuinely not bad since it includes all of your fees. Plus, when you lease these products, you have a set residual, so you won't end up in thousands of dollars in negative equity because these EVs, they're going to tank in value. So you want to lease it to protect your residuals. And only when you lease these products do you get to take advantage of all of the crazy incentives that are available, like the $7,500 bonus cash and the $12,500 customer credit, which again all stacks together. So that's about 20 grand in incentives that stack on top of AutoCompanion's 11% off discount. So that is genuinely fantastic. If you want to work with AutoCompanion, as mentioned before, he is located in both Washington, D.C. and in California for these Audi vehicles. He is able to ship nationwide, but shipping is something you have to pay extra for. And he does charge a broker fee to access his deals. But if you sign up with my affiliate link in the description box, he will take some money off of his broker fee. Or you can even use this calculator to try and negotiate on your own, because people have actually been able to get these RS models for about $600-700 a month because they were able to negotiate an even more aggressive discount on their own, like upwards of about 15% off MSRP. That way your payment is around $766 a month for 2 years, which is incredible for a sedan with over 600 horses. That stickers for about 160 grand. So you can certainly try that, but if your local dealerships won't go for that, then you can of course always reach out to AutoCompanion to save you money and time. Plus his dealerships, they don't play games. There's no additional tint charges, nitrogen fees, none of that garbage, no manipulation tactics. You just select the car, buy it, and leave. But I mainly just wanted to share these resources with you. If you found value with this content, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.